In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets for Thursday, March 21st. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our March 21st NBA bet slate we got going on. Before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me at Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the home of the YouTube page at 2,310,000 subscribers. Did I say that right? Hope I said that right. We had 2.31 thousand subscribers. All right. Continue to bring that love and support. We are skyrocketing right now. So the goal, we're going to shoot for 3K and see how fast we get there. But just continue to pour in. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment for the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, join the community right now. Not only do we have a community in the comment section down below, we have a community in the Patreon as well. And that's the key part here. We're getting ready for the NCAA tournament. We had another NCAA tournament sweep. We swept the first 4 in, and now we swept the second one with Colorado and with Grambling. As you can see, everyone was on Montana State. That was wild. I get it. No one knows Grambling at all, but it's not like Montana was good either. But yeah, so Grambling and Colorado, we swept that. So sign up if you want the March Madness plays. If you want my future bet for March Madness, it's already in there. So sign up for the Patreon, get the tournament winner, and just enjoy all the other plays that comes with the package. Okay. Let's get on to the slate. First game we got going on, we have the New Orleans Pelicans, 42-26, going up against the Orlando Magic, who are 41-28. Looking at the odds, Pelicans are at a -140 on the money line, with the Magic coming back at a +115 on the money line. Current point spread is at a 2.5 on both sides, with the total at 207.5. All right. With the public bet percentage, 62% of the bets, 57% of the money towards the Pelicans to win. For the point spread, 69% of the bets, 76% of the money towards Pelicans to cover. And for the total, 90% of the bets and 88% of the money towards the over 207.5. All right. Current injury report for the Pelicans and the Magic are clean. Okay. No one of importance is going to be missing this game. And this is their first matchup. So the key factor here we're looking at is any one of these two teams on a hot streak. They both are, okay? Both of these teams have won 4 of their last 5 games, and they're meeting each other right now. Can you say the Pelicans have more quality wins? If I'm looking at the competition, the Magic beat Toronto and Brooklyn and Charlotte, and the Pelicans, at least they beat the Clippers, and Atlanta's a better team than Charlotte and Toronto. So the quality wins on the Pelican side of the ball. Let's look at against the spread numbers. All right. So it's looking like a very tightly contested matchup here between these two heavyweights. If we're looking at against the spread at home, the Magic are 24-9 at home. They're phenomenally at home, but they've been facing lesser competition. They're 22-17 as underdogs against the spread, and as home underdogs, they are 7-5. So they continue to stay 500 against the spread. For the Pelicans, they're a strong away team. They are 19-14 away, and they are 23-19 as favorites. As away favorites, they are 10-8. So 500, over 500 across the board. I'm gonna go with the better team here. All right, the better team to me is the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson is coming on strong. CJ McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, Brandon Ingram. They have a great core. They got good guys that can shoot threes off the bench. So we're going to go with the money line of the Pelicans here. If you want to take the point spread, you can. I mean, just give me the win at this point. I'll take the -140. And for the over-under here, we're going to go with the over 207. We'll copy that trend there. We'll go with the over 207.5. I think that's too low between these two teams with the rate that they knock down threes, especially the Pelicans. Over 207.5. But the main play is Pelicans money line. Next game up, we have the Sacramento Kings, who are 40 and 28 going against the Washington Wizards, who are 11 and 58. Looking at the current odds right now, you can get the Kings on the money line at minus 650 with the Wizards on the comeback at a plus 450. Current point spread is at 10.5 on both sides, with the total being 236.5. All right. Public bet percentage here, 96% of the bets, 99% of the money towards the Kings to win. For the point spread, 89% of the bets, 92% of the money towards the point spread of the Kings to cover. And for the total, we have 59% of the bets and 57% of the money towards the over 236.5. All right. For the current injury report right now, Kevin Huerter is going to be out. Well, we're still waiting. He's questionable. Trey Lyles is going to be out for the next 2 weeks. And for Washington side of the basketball, there's no Marvin Bagley, there's no Tyus Jones, no Landry Shamet. We're waiting on news about Denny Advija and Rashawn Holmes. Okay, so those two guys are going to be questionable in this game right now. Between these two teams, this is their second matchup. They already played in December. That was a high-scoring event. That was 274 points in that game. That was an 11-point win with the Kings at home. Okay, so Kuzma is going to be back in this game, and I get it. Washington, dang, man. Washington is a very hard team to trust. Very, very hard team to trust. If we're looking at against the spread numbers, Kings away, they're 20 and 14. They're a very strong team away. And they're 9 and 6 as away favorites. The Kings just came through for us yesterday, and they covered the spread. And I have that thing about things tend to be opposite the next day on back-to-backs. But trusting Washington is rough. It's very rough. So I 100% love Kings to win, obviously, minus 650. If I'm going to take a point spread, I might bump. If I'm going to take a point spread, dang, Washington against the spread at home is 10 and 22, 29 and 34 as underdogs. I can't do it. I'll tell you to buy some points down. I don't want the 10.5. If they win by 10 and I lose by half a point, that'll piss me off. So buy it down to 7.5. Buy it down. Give me the Kings to win by 5 or more points. That's where I would buy it from. I feel comfortable with 5 or more. All right, in that range. If we're taking it over and under, give me the over. That's the safest bet here. I think these two teams continue to put up points. That's the safest bet. If you want the best value, over 236.5. Okay. Next game we got going on, we have the Chicago Bulls 34-35 going against the Houston Rockets, who are 33 and 35. Current odds right now, we have the Houston Rockets on the money line at a minus 360. With the comeback of the Bulls at a plus 135. The current point spread is at 3.5 on both sides, with the total at 217.5. Public bet percentage, we have 77% of the bets, 61% of the money towards Houston to win. For the point spread, we have 61% of the bets, 76% of the money towards Houston to cover. And for the total, we have 93% of the bets and 95% of the money towards the over 217.5. All right. For the injury news here, we're waiting on news for Alex Caruso. He's questionable with his ankle injury. And Kobe White is going to play in this game against the Houston Rockets. He practiced the day prior, so he's most likely going to play in this game. All right. For the Houston Rockets, these are the same guys that have been out. And it really does matter. This team has been going on a winning streak since the injury of Alperen Sengun. Or obviously he's been phenomenal, but they still have been winning without him and without Cam Whitmore. They're on a 6-game winning streak right now. The Houston Rockets, they are on fire. Jalen Green is on another one with the announcement of his baby. So he's really having a phenomenal past 6 games. And as you can see, both these two teams are on a winning streak. Bulls on a 2-game winning streak, Rockets on a 6-game winning streak, and the Rockets are on now they're home, okay? These two teams already played. That was a total of 243 points, and that was a win for the Chicago Bulls at home. So I see this as a revenge spot for the Houston Rockets. They're much, much better at home against the spread. They are 23-10. Against the spread at home, and as favorites they are 15-8. As home favorites, when you put those two together, they're 11-5. That's a 69% return. All right, so loving the Houston Rockets complete sweep, money line, spread, and give me the over 217.5. Next game we have, give me 1 second. Next game we have will be the Brooklyn Nets, who are 26-43, going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 44-25. Looking at the current odds, you can get the Nets on the money line at a plus 333, and the Bucks are on the money line at minus 450. Current point spread is at 9.5, and the total points are at 220.5. Public bet percentage, very heavily all over Milwaukee here. 97% of the bets, 79% of the money towards Milwaukee. 89% of the bets, 94% of the money towards Milwaukee to cover, and 83% of the bets, 83% of the money towards the over 220.5. All right, for the injury report here, the Nets, we're waiting on news for Nick Claxton. He has a Q tag right now. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he is questionable. He missed the game previously yesterday against the Boston Celtics. We'll see if he's going to be back here in this game against the Nets. Remember, this is the Boston Celtics on the second game of a back-to-back, all right? They had a huge cover without Giannis. They covered the spread against the Boston Celtics, okay? So that was supposed to be around an 8.5, 9.5 spread. They only wind up losing by 3. This is the second game of back-to-back, traveling back home to Milwaukee to face the Brooklyn Nets. These two teams already faced twice already. The first game, both of the wins were for the Bucks, but the first total was 254 and the second total was 266. These are teams that put up points, okay? Nets are on a 4-game losing streak, and Bucks just lost to Boston here. I'm loving the Brooklyn Nets plus 9.5. Give me the points on the Nets here to keep this game close. The money line, if you feel confident with that minus 450 spread, you can go with that. I'm not taking that. Give me the value. Give me the points. Second game of back-to-back. I love the plus 9.5 in this one, and give me the over 220.5. That's also a very great number of how much these two teams put up points. I like the over 220.5 in this matchup. Next game we have up is the Utah Jazz, who are 29-40, going up against the Dallas Mavericks, who are 40-29. Looking at the current odds here, you can get the Dallas Mavericks at a minus 1,000 on the money line. Obviously, this is a parlay play piece. If you're taking them on the money line, you're not taking that straight up. I mean, most people aren't taking that straight up. Utah Jazz at a plus 650 on the comeback. Point spread, 14.5 on both sides, with the total at 237.5. So very high total here between these two teams. For the injury report, Lauri Markkanen missed the game previously. That was a rest injury maintenance, so he should be able to be in this game. All right, I get it. Jazz are a very strong home team, but Lauri Markkanen coming back, that says something there. Especially, that's crazy that this line is so high, but he has not been confirmed yet to play. Jordan Clarkson, we're waiting on news about him with his groin. He might be back in this game as well. For the Dallas Mavericks, Josh Green, he's going to be out for a couple weeks, okay? Now, these two teams already faced twice already. Both of the teams have blown out each other at their respective homes. The first game was 244 points, blowout towards Dallas. And the second game was a Utah blowout win, and that total was 217, okay? So Dallas, when they're at home, it tends to be high-scoring environments, no defense, back and forth. So I like the over here at 237.5. That would match or be lower than the over of the first matchup between these two teams when it was in Dallas and that was 244. So like the over 230. Now it's 236. I like the over 236.5. But I'm gonna go with the point spread here. All right, I get it. Jazz play better at home. I like Lauri Markkanen coming back. If I want confirmation on that first. But Dallas Mavericks at home, they're under 500 against the spread, 17 and 19 at home. As home favorites, they are 11 and 12. Okay, they play right in the middle and below average. So below average, below 500 as home favorites. This team is very Jekyll and Hyde. I get it. They beat the Denver Nuggets recently. They beat San Antonio and Denver Nuggets, and they kept it close in that game. But the Jazz on a 3-game losing streak, I think they're going to play a little bit harder in this one. That's a lot of points. Give me the points there at plus 14.5 for the Utah Jazz and the over 236. All right, next game we have the New York Knicks 41 and 27 going up against the Denver Nuggets, who are 48 and 21. Current odds here are Nuggets minus 450 on the money line with the Knicks at a plus 333. Current point spread is at a 9.5 on both sides with the total at 207.5. All right, for the public bet percentage, 97% of the bets, 99% of the money towards Denver. 57% of the bets, 56% of the money towards Denver to cover. And we had 91% of the bets, 89% of the money towards the over 207.5. OG Anunoby for the Knicks is going to be out for a couple more games. And there's a clean bill of health for the Denver Nuggets. All right. These two teams have already faced each other. This is their second matchup. And this was a blowout by the Knicks, okay? Shockingly. Knicks blew out the Denver Nuggets 122-84. That is a total of 206. And you got the Knicks on a winning streak, okay? 4-game winning streak, beating Philly, Portland, Sacramento, and Golden State. Denver Nuggets, they continue to stay hot. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games here, and they're home in this environment. This is a perfect revenge spot here for the Denver Nuggets, who lost to the Knicks previously. I think they get their win in this one. The Knicks as underdogs are 13 and 16 as underdogs, so under 500, and as away underdogs, they're 9 and 10. For the Nuggets, they are in the middle as home favorites, 16 and 16. And as favorites in total, they're 26 and 31. I'm just go with the better team here, clear cut. Give me the Denver Nuggets minus 450 in this spot. Give me the spread here for the Nuggets to cover at 9.5. If the Knicks think they can play McBride and Josh Hart for 48 minutes, they're going to be sorely mistaken in this game environment against Denver. They're going to be gassed out and tired in this high altitude, and they're going to be run out the court. All right, so give me the Denver Nuggets to blow out the Knicks here, minus 450, minus 9.5, and give me the over 207.5. All right, over 207.5. Last but not least, we have the Atlanta Hawks. I was about to say Falcons. Atlanta Hawks, who are 30 and 38, going against the Phoenix Suns, who are 40 and 29. Looking at the current odds right now, you get the Hawks on the money line at plus 340. On the other side, Phoenix Suns, you get them on the money line at minus 450 with the current point spread at a 9.5. The total right now is at a 226.5 on both sides. Looking at the public bet percentage, 98% of the bets, 96% of the money towards Phoenix to win. For the point spread, 76% of the bets, 67% of the money towards Phoenix to cover. And for the total, 79% of the bets and 80% of the money towards the over 226.5. All right. For the injury report, Jalen Johnson is most likely going to miss this game. He's going to be out for Thursday. So just confirm that. No Jalen Johnson in this game. And for the Phoenix Suns, no one of importance, okay, is going to be out. These two teams have already played. That was in February, and that was a 9-point win by the Atlanta Hawks. And that total was 249 in that game, okay? So very high total. Hawks have been struggling, losing for the last 5. Phoenix Suns have been back and forth, mediocre, winning 3 out of their last 5. Looking at these odds here, the Suns are in the second game of a back-to-back. They just played last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was a blowout. They covered that spread. Second game of back-to-back, you know my rule, all right? And the thing about it is both of these teams can't cover. They can't cover at all. So if we're looking at the Atlanta Hawks, they're 12-23 away against the spread. As underdogs, they are 10-20 as underdogs against the spread. Horrible numbers. But guess what? The Suns are the same exact thing at home. For the Phoenix Suns, they're 12-22 at home against the spread. And as favorites, they're 19-29 as favorites. Do not cover spreads. So you were lucky yesterday against Philadelphia. They covered that one. And then as home favorites, the Phoenix Suns are 12-17. That's only 41% of the time. All right. So give me the number here with these two horrible teams that can't cover spreads. Just give me the points. All right. We're gonna go with my thing that goes very well with the back-to-backs. We're taking the plus 9.5 on the Atlanta Hawks side. Give me those points. Phoenix Suns are not going to do it back-to-back here. I'll take the 9.5, and I'll take the over 226.5. If you don't want to take that 9.5, then just take Sun. I think the Suns win, period. But just give me the better value there at the 9.5 points, all right? Or the over 226.5. So those are going to be my final selections for this slate on Thursday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Also, if you want the selections for March Madness, sign up right now. This is going to be out before the slate even starts. Sign up right now and get the March Madness plays and my national championship winner. All right, that's all in there in that link down below. All right, peace out.